Hey, and here we are back again for another edition of Trey's Chow Down Live on Friday. And in the house, I have Mark and Chris.
Matt
and Chris. Sorry, God dang.
It's okay. I've been called worse.
That's funny because everything you had on, so you sent me said Matt. And
Yep.
I have saying Mark.
It's all right.
I guess I got Mark on the brain spot. I think I did that to you too when you first walked in. Anyway, oh well. Sorry.
You were good.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about what's going on right now in the world of food. As everybody knows, COVID last week in Texas, we hit a million cases, and they're not sure what they're going to do. The governor, some of the guys, these judges of these cities have been talking to the governor about shutting restaurants and bars back down again. It's just driving me absolutely nuts. In New York, California, Pennsylvania, they already put the restaurants and bars back on restrictions. It's just terrible for businesses like y'all's. It's absolutely horrible.
Right.
Restaurants and bars are in danger of closing again. They've made that very apparent today on Fox, on CNN, on all the new local news channels here, and it just sucks. It just there's no other word to say it that it sucks for the people who own restaurants, bars, food trucks, barbecue joints. It's just absolutely horrible, and I hate getting up and watching the news every day. This thing is just absolutely crazy. This weekend we got the Fort Worth Pizza Fest on Sunday. We're going to be there filming a Trey's Chow Down Live episode. It's they blocked off the whole street. They got pizza companies from all over Dallas, Fort Worth. They got 2 bands. They have all kinds of entertainment. It's going to be fantastic. They've got 10 different forms of entertainment. Heck, Mickey and Minnie's even going to be there. That's a long way from Florida. They got a belly dancer.
I could do that.
Yeah. Boy, I could do it all right. My belly'd shake like a leaf. I had no more poster. But anyway, that's going to be fun. So y'all look it up. It's FortWorthPizzaFest.com or go to our social media. You can see it on our social media. Also, the same day on Friday, we got a chili contest and cook-off over at American Gardens. We're going to be judging that. We're going to be there. We're going to be there about 5 o'clock judging that chili cook-off. They're going to have entertainment there, too. It's going to be a fun Sunday. I don't know what's going to turn into a Monday because all that stuff going on won't be hard. It could be hard to get home. All right, and then I want you to look for our new episode from Tup's Brewery. We did a live food segment, beer segment, and food segment from Tup's Brewery in McKinney, and we're excited about getting that out on Drink with Trey, so stay tuned for that. Now, something I want y'all to be sure and do is go to my coastal page. It's Trey's Coastal Chow Down. Even if you don't go to Louisiana, it features Cajun food from South Florida, from Louisiana, chefs, events, craft cocktails from down there, especially around NOLA. It's really fun. So Trey's Coastal Chow Down. Like that page. Okay, and also, too, I've got a video I want to play because we got these guys won the Oklahoma Food Championships. Ron, can you roll that video for us, please, sir? Thank you very much for coming out. Okay, this was my favorite dish. This is the overall savory winner. Go Cajun! The Cajun boys! Woo! You look, that dish took a lot of time. That was a fantastic dish. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I need you to stand there for a minute because we have something else we want you to hear. The overall winner is also Go Cajun. Y'all, they took a lot of time on that dish, the plating and everything in that dish. Hi, I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of Trey'sChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs and sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live.
Home, I get in trouble.
Yeah. And here we are back again with the Go Cajun boys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good video. Y'all be able to hear it when you get home.
Awesome. Yeah, we've only got to see it, I think, one time. So it was a great time. We had a great experience at that food truck championship. So we learned a lot and met some awesome people. That was great food.
I couldn't believe that video we shot was before I even started judging. If it had been later in the day, you couldn't even get through the crowd. I mean, there was that many people there. Oh, yeah. That was fantastic. I can't wait till next year. I'm gonna do some different stuff for it. We didn't know about it till like a month before, but I've talked to Josh, and next year I'm gonna try to do a little bit more stuff for it. I want to do some like short video spots for it, and because I really had a good time.
The drone video that they had, the time lapse one, that was really cool to see.
Yeah,
too.
I should have got that too. I totally forgot.
I think it's on their page too.
Yeah. I had to steal it from him.
It just looks like a bunch of ants running all over the place.
Yeah, oh yeah, from the top, from the building or whatever it was.
The drone, they had that drone sitting there, I think.
It was just a camera.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was a camera on top of that old building.
Yeah, it did the time lapse. Because you see the sunrise, and you see the sunset, and you see all the people enjoying the whole event. It was really cool.
That's neat, isn't it?
It was awesome.
So let me tell you, so y'all are from Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Which stands to reason because you got a Cajun truck. Which, some people, if you eat Cajun food, some people move there and do Cajun. But y'all it's authentic from y'all being from there, which makes it great, right? You got a good story.
We took it from there and brought it to Oklahoma. So
a little town, Oklahoma, mind you, Chickasha.
Yeah, Chickasha. Trying to put it on the map.
Actually, you two live in the same city in Oklahoma?
No, sir.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Yukon.
Yukon, and you live in?
Tuttle.
Which is it's on the outskirts of Chickasha, correct?
I'm about 20 minutes north of Chickasha, and he's probably about 40.
Yeah.
40, okay, cool. So y'all are where y'all from in Louisiana?
I'm from Stonewall.
Stonewall?
Just south Shreveport.
I'm just south Shreveport as well. Yes.
And y'all known each other all your life?
Yes, sir. We grew up together since we were probably 15, 16.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, moved around with the oil field, and long story short, ended up in Oklahoma together, obviously 2 different companies.
Right.
And we were about a quarter mile apart from each other, and we hooked back up and started hanging out again, and both lost our jobs. He got laid off in December.
Oh.
And I got laid off in March.
Is that why you started this?
That's exactly why.
So was that a necessity?
We had, I mean,
okay.
If we're going to work, let's work for ourselves and let's do something that we're good at and people enjoy it. And I love to cook. He loves to cook.
But listen here, you had never been in the restaurant business, and you went from oil field. Okay, that's like oil field to food truck. Okay, or food trailer. That's like going, from making diamond rings to, mining or something. That's just far into the stick.
It was a huge change and adjustment, but it was easy because we love it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad. We got our butts kicked. I'm not gonna lie to you at first, and we're still learning every day, and it's awesome. I wouldn't take it back for anything.
You don't say you got your butts kicked. You say you gained experience. That's what you were doing, right?
We definitely did, and we got our butts kicked.
Yeah. And that is it? Does you have enough air conditioning in that trailer? Is it hot or is it?
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that AC works really well.
So you obviously just didn't all one day start cooking Cajun when you want. So you've been cooking Cajun a long time, right?
Right.
Both of you.
Both of us being from Louisiana, like Thanksgiving's coming up.
Right.
There's gonna be all kinds of Cajun food at my house, and that is my parents' house. Sorry, that's my favorite time of the year.
I'm not cooking anything when
not
I
at
go
all.
home.
No, you're not.
I don't even want to lay out a bag of chips.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because you're tired, Daddy. That's what you do for a living now.
My dad said, he said, doing what you do is just like being a mechanic. it's easy to work on everybody else's stuff when you get paid for it.
Right.
When you do it for yourself, you don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. So what age were y'all when y'all started cooking? You think? You remember? Or when you got the bug to start cooking? How about that?
When I was younger, my grandma, she actually started her own catering business about 50 something at 60 years old.
That's awesome.
So just being a little rugrat, we were running around helping her, and we were just literally handing out food, and I would have never guessed that it turned into this. But she had the passion for it. My mom had the passion for it, and I was always helping my mom in the kitchen or watching, or being a kid, she let me stir the pot. You know, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, or crack an egg. Yeah. And then I really started cooking for myself when I lived by myself, and it wasn't this. It was chicken patties and mac and cheese. Right. Yeah. But
but see, when you were doing all that when you were a kid, you were learning by proxy. You were learning it's stuff that you do all the time. You retain it and it comes back to you, kind of like if you work on a car in the oil field, same thing. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But and that's just being around the food the whole time, my entire life. So
were you with him were y'all friends at that time?
I
okay.
Sure. Mine was pretty much the same. I was living on my own, and I wanted food from back home, but where I was at, it wasn't available. So I started cooking for myself. I taught myself how to do it pretty much, and it grew from there. So
do you miss the oil field at all?
Oh no. I won't ever go back.
Well, here's the deal. Now you're working for yourself, so it's your hour. So if you want to work all day, every day, it's your stick, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It's your stick to beat, however you want it.
And it's everybody already said it's not work if you love it. And I never understood that until now.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's a lot of work. We put a lot of time.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
And a lot of effort, but it's all worth it just to get that one person. But like, if they give us a compliment, this is the best thing I've eaten. Yeah, it's all worth it. Yeah, the rest of the day is made. So
yeah. So when you were littler, what was your favorite dish that your grandma? Do you remember was it a Cajun dish? Was it that you enjoyed?
I would say probably when I was growing up, my favorite thing that my mom would make is stuffed bell peppers.
Oh, those are good.
And I could eat probably 20 of them to this day. But she would stuff them with like jambalaya or dirty rice or etouffee, and that was probably my favorite thing growing up. And obviously crawfish. You got to have crawfish.
Were you the same way? Do you remember what your favorite thing was?
Fried backstrap.
Fried backstrap. Was that good? What backstrap from?
Deer.
Deer. Okay, I was going to say deer. Okay.
Yeah.
What when I started really delving into my food business after I sold my restaurants, I started eating a lot of seafood and Cajun stuff. And it's amazing what some people call egg touffee and what it's not really tastes like if you get the real stuff.
Right.
And is there a religion to make that stuff like it's supposed to be, or do people just go all willy-nilly on their own recipe?
You got to give it love.
Yeah. We see that a lot, and we hear that a lot. Like chili, for instance. That's one thing I see, the debate on chilies. Does beans go in it or not? It's my chili. I'm going to make it the way I want to make it. You can make it the way you want to make it. Right. So etouffee, we try to keep ours traditional, but we kind of switch it up a little bit. So I don't know. People make it all different. We just stick to the way we've been doing it forever. And
what are the main ingredients to that dish that are supposed to make it the signature dish?
On ours, we'll do like a shrimp etouffee or a crawfish etouffee. We've done Gator, which is really good. Gator's kind of expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, it's not like you go down the local Stop and Go and get it.
Right. Not in Oklahoma anyway. So we have to ship everything up. So it costs us a little bit more to do all that too. But
that also gives you uniqueness in Oklahoma. Right. You're not the everyday food truck either.
Right. Right. So and that's what's really cool about it too is all of our stuff is we prepare it that morning on the trailer. So it's not like made 2 or 3 days before and just put in a bag and we reheat it or anything. We literally make like our gumbo and all that. We make everything right there in the pots on the trailer in the morning.
I could tell when I was eating it. It was hands down first bite. I think I tried several different things from y'all's truck when I was up there, but I could try that it was. That's okay. I try it was totally different.
Yeah, so it takes some time to make it. Like that dish that we turned into y'all. Yeah, we have made 4 of them. I think it took me about 15 minutes to make all of them.
Oh wow!
So
yeah. Well, that won't be good on a truck. You can't take 15 minutes per order on a truck.
No, that's a specialty item.
You'll have people shooting you in Oklahoma.
That's a specialty item, but they actually wait for that one right
there.
Do they? They love it. So, I think if we could just sell that right there, they'd love it.
Yeah, it looks good too, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
So amazing. I want to go back a minute. Let's go back to the actual food truck. At what point did you decide, hey, let's do a food truck or food trailer? How did that scenario work out in your head? I'm curious.
So we talked about it probably what 2 years ago,
Yeah.
year and a half, 2 years ago.
So it was brewing.
It was
There was actions going forward to that.
Okay.
Basically, long story short, we had some other people that wanted to be involved, and that didn't happen. So we're like, it's kind of got put on the back burner. The
Okay.
oil field was still going pretty good,
Yeah.
until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then
That's just what happens there.
Right. Well, he left Oklahoma. He went back to Louisiana.
Oh.
So, and I got laid off in March. I got laid off on a Tuesday, and we were about to sign papers to start building a house on a Friday.
Oh, Lord.
So, I mean, it was perfect timing for that, I guess. But,
Yeah.
I called him up, and I was like, hey, man, you still interested in doing this food truck thing? He said, yeah. And I was like, well, let's do it here. I mean, there's not one here that does what we can do. And I found a trailer, sent him the prices, asked him if he thought about it, asked him if he was in. He said, yep, I'll move back up there. So about a month later, he moved back up there. We bought the trailer, went to San Antonio, picked it up, drove back.
So was that a new trailer?
It was brand new.
Wait. Yeah. Wait. I think Josh told me. Did you get your trailer from the same place he got his from, maybe?
No, I think he got his from Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, he
maybe
got
maybe
he got his food truck, I think, from Florida.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Because he drove up. They had to drive all night to
Yeah.
get it back. I remember. Yeah. Okay. So you got it in San Antonio, and she went down and picked it up.
Went down. We left my house at like 5:30 that morning, picked it up in San Antonio about 2, turned around, and drove straight back that night. So it was a long day.
Yeah.
But
long day. Worth it though. Were you excited?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time we stopped for gas or something, we'd get out and kind of look at it.
Yeah.
We plugged it up at his house and turned the lights on and just sat in lawn chairs and stared at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
An
great.
hour.
And then
You know what that is? That's passion for doing what you want to do.
I think it was
right?
the next day we decided. There's a picture on our Facebook. It's a big platter, like a sampler, and everybody sees it and wants it, and we haven't done it yet.
Oh.
But the next day, I think we made all that on it. We just wanted to cook on the trailer and just to see what it
Yeah.
was like. And
So did you like it when
I
you
loved
cooked
it.
on it?
absolutely,
Was it all laid out and everything right for you?
We had to change some things.
Yeah.
But
we changed a couple of things.
Well, first of all, you two aren't the smallest guys in the world.
Correct.
no, not at all.
So I mean, you got to think about that when you're building something. I mean,
Right.
that's like me. It's I'm not small either, so you got to think about those kind of things, especially when you're going to be in a confined space,
yeah, for 8 to 10 hours
slinging
a day.
food.
So
yeah,
'cause we normally get to our spots about 8:30 in the morning, and we shut down at 8 p.m. So
it's a 12-hour day,
12-hour days.
and it's not like you get to punch a clock and take off and go have coffee.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Sit down outside.
We don't get a lunch break.
Yeah,
So
what are breaks, right? What are breaks?
there's a lot of time, and it always happens. Which it's funny because it always happens every time that we'll go make us something to eat. We get a crowd of people.
Yeah,
So we make our food, start serving the
and
customers.
bags don't get to eat.
Yeah, and then it's cold or something. We're like, dadgummit. So, but we said, we're not going to eat Cajun food every day, and I'm pretty sure we still eat it every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just because we have our favorites
Yeah.
on there, and like that day is like, oh man, we got the
Well, first of all, you don't have time to go out and get your food anyway. You don't have the manpower.
Right.
right.
Have you thought about what you're going to do when you have to hire somebody to do what you do? I mean, are you going to be able to train them to do what you do?
So yeah, we've talked about that. Especially, we're already talking about getting another trailer. So he'll run one, and I'll run one, and we'll hire somebody, and we'll basically train him like,
So
hey,
you'll both still be there.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
But he'll be running this one, I'll be running this one, and this is how we do it.
Yeah.
This is the way we want it done. This is how our people like it.
Right.
So hopefully, they can stick to that.
What you don't want to do is lose that passion and behind that trailer.
Absolutely, we don't
Yeah.
we don't want to lose the quality of the food, and that's
Right.
what a lot of our customers really like is the fact that it stays true pretty much the entire time,
Okay.
and it's not a small amount. I mean, as you
No,
saw
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
so it's not a lot of. I mean, it's a lot of food.
Yeah,
So-
and especially with your food too, it's a good thing you turn it because having Cajun food shipped in, if it was to go bad, that'd get
It's a lot
expensive
of-
quick.
Yep.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
Very
so you
expensive.
overnight it, correct? Is that how you do it?
So
How
we
do you-
got some friends of ours own a meat market in Newcastle,
Okay.
Millhouse Meat Market,
Yeah.
and they get all of the stuff a lot cheaper than we can get it.
Is that a plug for Millhouse?
Yes,
Okay,
It's
Millhouse Market
Millhouse Meat Company in
in
Newcastle.
Chickasha,
Yep.
in,
Newcastle.
Newcastle,
Newcastle, yes sir.
Newcastle.
I had to throw that in there.
Are they inside a castle there, Newcastle?
No,
Oh,
no.
I don't know why's it called Newcastle.
I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Okay.
But like Bridge Creek, that's where
Yeah.
my kids go to school.
Yeah. There's a
a-
reason behind it. If you were to dive far enough, you probably
I
figure it
guess
out. But
there's got to be. But
Yeah.
but we get everything. We basically gave them a list. Hey, we want this ordered from here, this
Right.
ordered from here, and we basically made a list 1 through however many. We need number 6, 12, 11, and 4.
yeah, and they get it shipped in for you.
And they're ordered for
And see,
us.
that's great too, because they're a brick and mortar location. Because to try to
Absolutely.
find you every time on a trailer might be a little difficult.
Right.
And they have a lot more room, obviously, than we
Yeah.
do. So
Yeah.
and they have their freezers, their coolers, and all that
Sure.
stuff. And so a lot of times, what we do is like we just started doing this. So like we have some red beans or rice left over.
Right.
We'll put it in sealed containers and date it, and we'll actually sell it out of their building too.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so because
Awesome.
the days that we're not there and people want it, they can still go to meat market and
That's
get
awesome.
it.
So I'm gonna ask both of you the same question. I'm gonna start with you. What is your favorite thing about the food truck? Like, if you can name one thing, what would the favorite thing be?
Oh, man, it's really just the people enjoying the food, like turning just simple ingredients into something good, and people telling me that they love it, and it's worth it to me.
That sounds like a chef to me.
Yeah,
so a chef would say. That's awesome. You didn't have to go to school to do that, and you figured it out.
Yes, sir.
And what's your favorite thing?
Pretty much the same thing, but I like seeing the excitement of the people and meeting the new people. You know, our customers that come all the time, they're great. And we've got it down to like I said, probably 30 of them that we already know what they want when they pull up.
Yeah. That feels good, doesn't it, have that many repeat customers?
Does,
right.
Yeah.
And it's more of a personal relationship now, because like we ask about, you know, how their family is, how their kids are doing. They ask how we're doing, how my kids are doing and stuff. So, you
know, that's the way all the little diners and cafes started, you know, in Europe and stuff. And back in the old day here, and, you know, when it was the 1800s, they were small and everything was cozy, but that's what they did. Everybody knew everybody. They talked to you. They were your friend.
Right.
And you get those big places now where they house a lot of people, and it's not the same feel.
Right.
Yeah.
And your trailers will always be like that, because you can only do so much out of there, and they'll call it that way. And that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's and that's what does it for me is meeting the people and seeing a smile on their face, and like you said, giving them great food. And well, I mean, we've had people pull back up before just to tell us how great it was.
Yeah.
You know, so
we had a lady show up 3 times in one day. She was
just buying
I'd say
stuff
that's
for
a
everybody.
testimonial.
She was buying. She was like, I need to buy this for Aunt Margaret. I need to buy this for Joe. I need to buy this for Leo. And
I know you don't think about this, because you and I talked about this before the show. I know y'all are busy slinging food and stuff, but you can tell them to go to your Facebook and leave a review for you.
Right.
Google. I mean, that's just important.
What we try to tell everybody to do that. So
we try to, but it gets busy. I mean,
I know. You're sliding. I know. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then have to sit there and try to check it. Like, okay, well, this is what they said, you know. But we'll be looking, and then we'll get a crowd of people like, crap, we'll have to look at that later.
Yeah.
So
I hope you shouldn't look at it when you work, because if you ever get a bad one, you're gonna be bugged the whole. As passionate as you two are, you're gonna be bugged the whole day. It's gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be throwing stuff around that trailer.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah.
Come back and try it again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So when y'all start off in the mornings, do y'all have different duties that you do for your trailer, or do y'all do the same, kind of just help each other out?
No, we do. I mean, you want to tell them?
Yeah. So I basically, I'm on the fryer side of it. So I get catfish ready, I get shrimp ready, I get all this stuff ready, and if he needs help chopping bell peppers or onions or whatever, I'll go help him, because mine obviously don't take as long as cooking a gumbo. But yeah, we help each other.
So do y'all hand bread everything when it comes in? Do y'all hand
bread our shrimp and fish? Yep.
Wow.
Yep. It's not pre-breaded.
So do you do it when you cook it, or do you do it like so many times?
We do it right when we do it made to order.
It's made to order.
When you order it, we put our secret in there and then batter it. And
see, normally when I ask people to be on the show, or we get people to be on the show, I know their operations, and I go out and I see them and I watch them and I taste their food. Y'all's, I was just so happy that y'all won. They won the Oklahoma Food National Championships, which they saw on there on the video. Everybody saw it. But I didn't really understand your operation. So this is why everything is done fresh. That's a big part of your operation, and that's why it tastes so good.
Right, and that's what we wanted to stick to.
Yeah,
you know, it takes a little bit more time to get it out the window.
Yeah,
but
end result.
The quality matters most.
You know what that end result is? Deliciousness. That's what that end result is.
Good. Well, you said you liked it, so I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, yeah, that one dish was ridiculously. I have a hashtag that I created called "Ridiculously Delicious," and that's what that was. Ridiculously delicious. I loved it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was eating it. I said, I said, this can't be this good. You take the first bite of something, you're like, and run through my mind, because I do this all day long, every day. I'm up here in Chickasha, Oklahoma. There's not a Cajun around this place, and I'm eating this dish, and it was so good, I couldn't believe it. That's why I had to take 4 or 5 bites. Well, Josh told me it was going to be good, but I thought Josh was trying to seed that in my brain that it was going to be good.
Yeah, Josh, he came to the trailer a little bit after we opened. He got that same thing. Yeah. He was like, man. He said that sausage in there is amazing.
You better watch out. It's going to be on his trailer.
Yeah, right.
He's the one that convinced us to go to that competition. We turned it down 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Did you really?
We've never done an event, and we were like, we're not ready to go to this big event, because he was like, you know, the application, I don't know if you read it, but it says be ready to serve 10,000 people.
Yeah,
I was like, hell, we can't serve 100 in a day right now, you know? So
I bet in your mind you're multiplying 100 to 10,000. You're like,
oh
my God.
There's no way. So we called him, and long story short, and he's like, man, you got to do it. And I was like, all right, sign us up. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then, we got there and we saw the people. We're like, what have we done? What have we done?
You were freaking out, weren't you?
Yeah, we can't back out now. We're here. I was like, let's just do our thing. And when we were turned in our judges' plates, I told him, I was like, I don't want to change a thing on it. Let's just do it like we do every day for the normal person,
right?
Just to see where we stand.
That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
We didn't change anything special on it or anything. That's how we serve it to the customers.
A lot of people do that, and they do it for like special activities or tastings or whatever, and you don't want to do that because what you want is consistency.
Right.
And what you have is consistency. So whatever that person tastes or that group tastes that day, they come back and be the same way.
Yep. So what you ate that day and sampled is what we serve every day to our people. So
that's just awesome.
We heard a bunch of screaming and
I want to tell you, I walked by you saw the video. I walked by your trailer 2 or 3 different times during the day, and it was always a line of people. But that's before I knew y'all. Okay, so the first time I saw your trailer, remember I did a little quick. It wasn't a quick pan. It was just quick because we had to speed the film up so much to get 5 minutes into one. But when I walked by there, I told my girlfriend, I said, man, what are they serving out of that thing? They must be giving free food or something, because y'all's line was double everybody else's.
Right. It was crazy.
And it was like that all day, wasn't it?
It was all day.
My mom counted 96 people in our line at one time.
Yeah.
Because it went from us.
Hey, just tell everybody 100.
100, yeah.
No, fudge a little bit. 100 sounds better.
100 sounds better.
Yeah.
100 people in line all day long.
It went across the road, then curved around, and went behind the other food trailer.
Yeah.
We just kept our heads down and just kept hammering food out.
Matter of fact, that's why I laugh. I'll go. We talked about for the show. You were so busy you couldn't even hear your wife get the awards, right?
No, couldn't hear anything. We just heard screaming, and we're like, "What the hell's going on?" And we looked out, and I was like, "Well, I guess we didn't win anything. Let's just keep humping it."
You heard what I heard? A bunch of damn generators.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Josh he needs to have everybody to use whisper quiet generators next year.
Yeah. Well,
I think that was a plan, but that hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can get Josh to provide them for us. I think that's a good plan.
Right. Yeah.
But,
oh boy.
Yeah. That's all we heard was generators, and just kept seeing a crowd of people. And then his mom came running up to the window and freaking out and jumping around, and was like, "Y'all just won the whole thing. Y'all won first in savory and overall champion." And we were like, how? What's going on?
Because it was delicious.
It's awesome.
Hashtag deliciousness.
The crowd of people in front of our trailer all started clapping for us and all that. It was really cool. It was awesome.
Do y'all have any hashtags for your truck that you've created?
Nope.
We just do hashtag Go Cajun.
So right now, yeah.
But we don't have anything like that.
So I know you told me you're not on the gram yet.
No.
You got to get on the gram, baby. You got to do that.
We got to. My wife needs to do that.
If your wife sets it up, all you do is take a picture for all your fans and followers, and it literally takes less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And they actually have a program for restaurants and food trucks. You can get, I think it's just an app for free, all that you can use, and it does puts lights in your food and stuff. So it's a good shot for your people that are following you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll have a lot. What you'll do is I'm on 10 different platforms, and even though I'm my age, I'm on all those platforms because each platform has a different group. A different age group. Some people like Twitter, some people like Instagram, some do Tumblr, and they all have different things. They do a lot do Facebook. And so you being on those platforms will get you a different base of people, variety of people, let's say.
No, we definitely need to. So, and then like I said, we're talking about adding this other trailers. So we need more exposure would be better for us. So
that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
So how many things are on your menu? Let's talk about your menu for a minute.
Right now, I think there's, are you counting the sides and everything too?
No, probably, on the average.
Probably on the everyday menu is probably 20.
I was going to say 20, 25. That's why I remember looking at
There's
your menu.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But we want to give everybody a lot of options, and we've talked about kind of knocking it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I think 20s is not bad.
But people come in, like if you rather have okra than hush puppies or whatever, and we take them off, like the fried pickles, we took those off and we thought people were going to kill us.
Let me tell you something. When I used to own restaurants, and we would make if we raised prices like just 2, 3, 4 cents, or we took something off the menu, it was a mutiny in the restaurant. I'm sure people go crazy.
Yep.
And you have to figure out some way to, I couldn't get it, or it's crazy. So you're right about that.
They're asking us to, and something that's not on menu, like we used to do the mac and cheese bites.
Yeah. And
they would say, "Hey, you got any of those mac and cheese bites in there?"
yeah.
So they know.
You quit doing them?
We quit getting them for a little while.
Where we were getting them from was sold out.
Okay,
and then,
cool.
Now they're starting to get them back, so I think we're going to put them back on there. I think we have to.
Yeah, mac and cheese. Just mac and cheese now. Like that's one of my best things on all of my social media. When I put that thing on, it just goes nuts.
Right.
Like lobster mac and cheese, crab mac and cheese. Bacon mac and cheese is a big thing. Well, bacon's good with anything.
Right.
And see, when we get our other trailer that we're actually going to design it, we'll be able to have ovens and stuff, and we can do that. We don't have an oven in ours right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, now that you've done it, what you've done is you've got that experience. You know what you want to do.
We need.
Yep.
So
Yep, right.
now, over time, you can figure out, how you want to lay your trailer out.
We knew that the second day of cooking. We were like, I wish this was this, and this was over here, and this was bigger, and so we told ourselves, we get another one, we're going to build it.
Experience.
Yep.
It's
awesome though. I wouldn't trade it. I mean,
you know what, you can't go to school for that. No matter how much you paid, you couldn't go to school for that. You have to do that on the fly and learn it so that you can decide how you want to do it. It just makes your operation better.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's been an awesome ride so far.
Okay, so you said you have a thing called Gator fries,
loaded Gator taters.
Loaded Gator taters. Now, I love taters. So describe those to me in detail because that sounds really good.
These are our bed of fries with our Geaux Cajun sauce that we make on it, which everybody loves.
Right.
And then we do blackened alligator, fresh bacon bits, little cayenne, some seasoned salt, and some other stuff on there. And it's just there's a picture on our Facebook with a piece of boudin in it.
The one you sent me, yeah.
And then we do a slice of lemon on the side too, and top it with green onions and stuff. And we threw it together on the trailer one day just for us to try, and we gave it to one person, and it blew up. So I think, and then the grilled shrimp started like that.
Yeah, the grilled shrimp. So did that the special that we served. It was a
turned into
secret menu item at first, and the
y'all
secret got out pretty quick.
I will guarantee there's nobody doing blackened gator and chicken shape but you.
No, it is. I've made some just for me the other day to eat because I was like, well, I haven't had these in a while. And then I ate them, and he ate some. We were like,
man, you need to go wrong. Y'all need to go down somewhere and get a picture of y'all wrestling or some kind of gator, and then have that thing on the side of the truck. Come try our gator.
Open,
I'm serious. That would be fantastic marketing.
I'm probably gonna have to cook him after that. But
Well, I see a lot more of that on social media now. People doing gator stuff.
Yeah.
Like I saw a gator the other day cooked. They had it all wrapped in bacon.
A whole wrap gator bacon. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's good though.
But I think that Food Network, Cooking Channel, and all these chefs and stuff that are real creative, the last 10, 15 years, and social media have blown up seafood and Cajun food and all that kind of stuff that wasn't popular back in the day, or that they couldn't get because they weren't near. Back in the day, when you said you want something fresh, you couldn't get it fresh. It was frozen or trucked in over miles of it, and it never tasted right.
Right.
So
yeah, it's So when I lived in Pennsylvania for a couple of years,
oh boy, that's a long way from the water.
It's a long way.
Yeah,
it was day and night for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen snow till I moved up there, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't like it, but you take that up there to that area, and they did. It actually got big enough to where they were doing gumbo cook-offs like downtown Williamsport, and it was pretty cool to see. But everybody that was up there was from Texas or Louisiana or Oklahoma.
Yeah,
so never really felt away from home, but it was cool to see that the Cajun food had made it that far up there.
Your concept is so good. If you could get it down to where it just basically would run itself, which it'll happen for you. I mean, you're probably not far from that. It'd be great to be able to franchise that concept. And
everybody says everybody keeps telling us that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just my granddad used to use this theory: KISS, keep it simple, stupid, and the way y'all have got it is simple right now. I mean, it's not simple. It would be simple to somebody go start, but if they were to follow your manual and your book and y'all's knowledge and your passion, then they could do it.
That's the plan now. You know, originally, obviously, when we started this, we wanted to do a restaurant style with everything that's going on with the COVID and all that. You know, that's just not the best option right now.
It's not the best option to do anything right now. Actually, what you do outside is a good option.
Well,
what you do right now, that's a great option.
We want to do 3 to 4 food trucks and just us manage them. He'll manage 2, I manage 2.
Yeah.
And we just have crews working for us. And
you gonna run a little Wells Fargo truck behind you collecting all the money?
Yeah, I hope so. As long as Uncle Sam's not following him.
All right, so here's another question for you. So I'll start with you this time.
Okay.
What's the worst thing about the food truck that you don't like?
The room.
The room. Okay.
It needs to be bigger.
Okay. And what would be yours be?
I'd say the room. And we're big, like you said.
Yeah.
We're limited, I guess.
Do y'all bump into each other in there?
All the time. All the time.
You ought to put a Go camera up in there and not look at it and then go back and look at it a couple days later.
No, because when we bump into each other, we both look at each other like it's his fault and it's my fault. And then we're like, all right, let's get back to doing what we're doing.
Y'all might have a reality show in the making there,
I don't know. Everybody says we're brothers, and
well, that's why I asked. I thought you were, except the color of the hair, but it don't matter.
It's funny. Growing up together, we've never heard that our entire life.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Until this food truck started. Ever. So now everybody is like, oh man, y'all must be brothers. Nope. But yes, we do bump into each other all the time.
So how did you, when, and I know oilfield's probably like the restaurant business, but they don't tell you 6 months in advance, oh, hey, you know what? On the 13th of June, in January, you're going to get fired. They don't tell you that. They just come out and tell you, right?
Yeah.
So when you got fired right before you started the Go Cajun deal, was it like, was it an oh shit moment? I mean, what was it?
No, so we knew layoffs were coming because we went from working at the office to working from home.
Oh, okay.
And
they were just inching you out.
Yeah. So we knew stuff was coming, and they have already done, I think, 3 or 4 layoffs before I got laid off.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, it was Tuesday morning, right at 8 o'clock.
Is that when they gave you your last check, or is that how does that work for in the oil field?
No, I got it. I got like a, what do you call it? Severance pay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got my last check. But yeah, he called. I got to call at 8:02 on a Tuesday morning.
I guess they give you severance pay so you don't go burn the place down.
Right. But I thought about it for a minute, and I woke my wife up, and I was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And she's like, "What's up?" And I told her, and she's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "What are we gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm gonna chill for a little bit. That's what I'm gonna do." So I hung out for about a month, and we were still talking about doing this, and finally we hit it.
You said you're going to chill a bit. Did that
It drove me nuts.
I know. I could tell it drove you nuts. But what did she say? You said you're going to chill a little bit.
She was like, "Okay, well, you need to, because I was always gone.
Yeah.
When I was running service in the field, I was always gone.
That's good.
And me and a buddy of mine, we kind of started doing like fencing and tree trimming and stuff on the side, and that the food truck was just in my mind the whole time.
It was cooking,
and then every time I'd pass one or I see one, I was like, that could be us, And everybody was telling me on Facebook, y'all need to start this, y'all need to start this, and then I was like, man, let's do it.
So what the deal and what the deal is here is that you have to understand the timeline, and I didn't know this till you told me today, which I thought was incredible. You went from starting a food truck to winning the Oklahoma Food Truck National Championships in 5 months. Is that what it was?
3
months.
Yeah. We were open 3 months when we went to that championship.
See, that's just insane to me.
Yep, that was the first event we've ever done outside of just serving the public.
I just wish I could have been in your head and just been a little fly on the wall when you drove up and saw all those people there. I know you were probably just going nuts because you had nobody to help you except you.
It was just us two.
Yeah, it was us two.
Did your mom and dad get in the trailer and help you, or did they help you with doing anything?
We didn't want anybody.
Yeah. Probably make you mad, right?
They all ask, and we're like, I don't know what else you can do. I mean, it's a small space. But
when we were plating the judges' food,
yeah,
his sister offered to help, so I was like, absolutely, come in here and help Chris get this stuff ready. And I could see myself watching her and be like, no, you got to do this. You got to do this. Look, he's here.
Yeah.
But it helped. It definitely did. Yeah. But then we figured out real quick, it'd be hard to have 3 or 4 people in this thing.
Yeah. So you need a longer trailer or a truck or whatever.
Yep.
Are you going to do the trailer or are you going to do a truck? Is a trailer easier because you can pull around your trucks?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
But, and then we talked about that. If something goes wrong with a food truck,
right,
it's hard to make money that day. Yeah. But a trailer, I can hook up to mine. He can hook up to his.
Or you can rent a truck.
We can rent a truck.
Yeah.
So either way it goes, we can get out and make money and provide food that day.
See, that's awesome.
So that's why we
good.
went with the trailer.
That's a good food for thought. Yeah.
That's why we went with the trailer originally. So.
Also, too, boy, I tell you, I see a lot of food trucks running into my business. I'm out all the time, and I'll tell you, I saw this one. I'm not going to say the companies, but I saw them grow. They went from like 1 to 3 trucks. And the other day, I say that maybe 9 months or a year ago, I saw one of his third truck going down the road because he had these two dudes running it for him. Man, this one dude was laying down driving, had his hat cocked sideways. He was like this in the food truck driving. The thing was leaning, stuff was dripping out of it. I'm going like, oh Lord, this guy's not going to make it, man. But that's just the kind of stuff that happens. You know?
Yeah.
No, we try to stay on top of ours, and we try to stay pretty organized and pretty clean, and we try to.
It's clean.
Get everything ready for the morning, because the less we have to do in the morning, the more we can focus on the food. Yep. Go ahead and do all of our stocking.
So if you didn't know anything about the restaurant business, how did you figure all this out to understand to do prep and pre-prep and all that stuff for how'd you do all
OCD.
that?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Well, that's why
being prepared.
A lot of research too.
Yeah,
that's good.
We did a lot of research. My mom actually bought me I forgot what it's called, like how to start a food truck business
that's awesome.
book. And I don't read.
Good old mom.
Yeah, she come through on that one. Well, I think she just wanted me to read.
She comes through a lot.
Yeah,
you just don't realize it.
But that first day, I read 60-something pages of it, and I called her, and I was like, hey, did you know this? She was like, you're reading a book? I was like, yeah, I'm reading a book. My wife was like, are you sick? But
I don't read either.
No.
I can't. I'm too OCD and ADD. I can't.
That movie was a big part of it.
Yeah.
Chef. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
So like when we get hyped up, we'll turn that on, and we start watching it, and it's kind of like, or it's a joke, but between us. But we love that movie, and then we were like, man, we can do this,
Yeah.
Because he went, he basically didn't have anything. He lost his job, got given a food truck, and started it up and turned into a restaurant at the end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, I mean, obviously it's a movie, but somebody in this world has done that.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Every movie comes from
So and it kind of just inspired us to really push forward through it and do it. So
that's awesome.
We take a lot of pride in it, and I think hopefully it shows.
So the first day you were open for business, I always like to ask you, that's the first day you opened for business. At the end of that day, were you happy you did it, or were you like, oh, what do we do? Were you doubtful?
No, I wouldn't say doubtful. I think we were wondering.
First day we were open, or that soft opening we had?
Yeah, we did soft open at the house.
No, first day you're open.
It's the first day we're open.
When you actually saw people you didn't know.
You answered, then I'll say.
I was excited.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the passion was still there.
That's good.
We still like what I get myself into because
Absolutely, that's what I was at.
No idea.
We sat down and we were like,
after the day,
yeah, that's done. You know, but it was like, man, already we knew what we could do to start trying to improve it.
Yeah,
and we got a list and we started writing stuff down. Like, you know, the fryers weren't working, so we took the fryers out and put 2 new burners in there and added a big pot with 4 fryer baskets like that.
Yeah,
so we can fry more stuff than just 2 at a time.
Right.
And, you know, I got bigger pots over here, and we started making a brainstorm list.
So if you had a bigger truck, now that you're working, if you had a bigger truck, can you cook more, or are you just going to be more organized for you?
It would be both. So
for sure.
we're only limited because we have 2 burners on this side, 2 burners on this side.
Right.
So we can only cook so much stuff.
Right.
You know, if I had 6 burners for me down here and he had, you know, 6 double basket fryers down here, we could hammer out a lot more food quicker for the guys or the people.
If you had a bigger truck, could you train somebody just to be on the fry station
Absolutely.
and do everything else, and then that makes it a whole lot easier for y'all.
About too. Yep.
Yeah.
So we have somebody just dropping fried stuff. That way he can get down there with me and help plate everything and prep everything. And my big deal is if it doesn't look good, it's got to look good before it tastes good, right? So
it has to look good, and it's got to smell good.
Yep.
And then it's got to taste good. Those are the 3 elements.
My thing, every time I go to eat somewhere, I'll look at it first, like because I want to look at it and be like, I want somebody to look at it and say, I've got to take a picture of this before I eat it. That's where I'm at.
It's 80%. It's 40% visual, 40% aroma, and then the rest is taste. Because people eat with their eyes, and if it looks bad, it's going to taste bad to them.
I don't know. I don't know if you noticed or not, but all of the shrimp in y'all's baskets were all turned the same way.
Yeah, I saw
all
it.
The sausages,
Yeah,
char marks were all the same way.
I saw it because I'm OCD, so I saw it.
Yeah,
yeah.
So, and I got to sit there and move it around, and I'll pull a green onion off, and I'll be like, no, we got to add one there.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit longer, but
it's about perfection. It's about plating. Plating's a big part of it. If you ever watch those chef shows, or if you ever judge stuff like I do, you can tell. Like you'll hear some people say, you'll even hear Gordon Ramsay or Bobby Flay say, he'll say, "Man, this dish sure tastes good, but it looks like crap."
Yep.
You know, they will say, "I never expected it to taste like this because it just looks so terrible."
Mm-hmm.
You've got to work on your plating, and that's a big part of it.
No,
y'all got that down though.
Good. I'm glad. That's one thing we try.
He spent all that time making that dish for y'all, and the guy that picked it up and brought it to y'all, turned them sideways when he picked
and put them in a bag, and I was like, dude.
Oh, I bet you were pissed.
I was like, man, stand them up, man. Okay, and then they take off running, try to get it there in time.
Did you recheck them to make sure they were all right?
He was already gone. Like he turns, I was like, stand them up, and they took off, and I told him, I was like, I don't know how the hell this is going to turn out. So I was like, let's just keep hammering food, man.
Well, you were because you had a line of people.
Oh, we had to. Yeah. We had a line of people.
Yeah, you were knee deep in the weeds, as they say.
It was crazy. Yep. And it was like that the whole day. But it was. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't want it any other way that day.
So what was the most favorite thing that y'all sold at? Did anybody come back for a second go around that day? Did you notice?
I don't know.
I don't think they could.
Yeah.
There's so many people.
Yeah. What y'all sell the most of that? What were y'all offering? Y'all weren't offering the whole menu.
We had
right?
the whole menu.
Are you kidding me?
That's where we messed up.
Why'd you do that?
We didn't know. That was our first event.
I bet you're gonna know now.
Oh, we did. As soon as we got back, got done, I was like, "This is gone. This is gone. This is gone." So, but we've talked about it, and we've done a couple events since then.
I'd say 3 things in an event like that. That's what I'd say. I'd say three dishes and then 2 or 3 sides. That's what I'd say.
That's what we've talked about. So that's what we did at a couple other events. Obviously not that big, but it was just so much easier, But we just had too many options. But we didn't know. This was our first thing to do. Yeah. We've been doing this. We've been in this game 3 months at that time.
Hey, you learn by experience. You learn by fire.
Yeah.
You jumped in the skillet. Well, you really jumped in the skillet on that one.
we did. But like I said, I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything that day. So as much as we got our butts kicked and the waiting and the anticipation.
But you would never have known watching y'all. You were 3 months into the deal. I mean, nobody would ever known that. Nobody would ever guessed that. It's just crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. They think. We had a guy the other day. He's like, "Man, how many years y'all been doing this?" 5 months. So, and he came up, and I guess somebody had told him horror story.
Yeah,
actually, it was his mom.
Yeah,
told
his
him,
mom did,
and he was like, "I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic story behind it. What y'all are doing now is great. So it's cool to be on that personal level."
Have you seen anybody that you work with in the oil field? They come to eat.
Oh yeah.
Are all those guys not employed still, or employed, or what?
Most of them aren't.
Oh, that's terrible.
But it's funny. He's probably gonna say something about this, but my boss that actually laid me off, he comes quite a bit. He actually comes probably most.
Oh, awesome.
The people I work with. So we still have relationships outside of work.
That's good.
Another guy that I work with, his brother has those hot sauces that's in that one picture.
Yeah.
That Bayou got them
Oh
hot
yeah,
sauce.
yeah. Oh, that's why you sent me the hot sauce picture.
Yes.
I think it's on our
your
poster.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I love hot sauce. That's cool. I need to get some of that.
Yeah,
I'll try
absolutely.
it.
It's great. It's great hot sauce. But
Ask him to mail
he
me some.
comes. Yeah,
Okay.
he comes quite a bit, and so yeah, we still see a bunch of his guys come.
That's
by
awesome.
and support us. So it's really cool.
So what out of all those hot sauces, what's your favorite one that you use? Is there one that you like, or do you just use them all?
For the shrimp, I probably use that crab oil one.
Yeah.
But for everything else, there's a cayenne one, like a ruby cayenne, and it's
Flavorful.
very.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about hot sauce is that I tried so many of them, but the ones that are so hot they don't have you and they just burn you, and then there's no flavor. Those are no good.
Yeah.
No, these aren't like that at all.
It's the ones that are real flavorful and they have some heat to them, but they don't. But you can still taste it all.
So what we did was we got a spoon of each one
There you go.
and tasted it. And we were like, we tasted hot sauce and said that would go good with this hot sauce. Not the sauce would go good with that. And that's how we kind of figured that
Kind
out.
of like wine pairing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same thing.
I'm assuming I don't drink wine.
No,
so.
yeah, well, I'm
But
sure you don't. I don't either. I drink whiskey and vodka.
Yes.
Bring it on.
Is it here?
No.
Okay.
You got to drive back to Oklahoma. They'd frown on
Okay.
that. Oh, yeah.
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 But that sauce is great. And we kind of figured it out, like, man, the crab oil obviously would go great on the shrimp and stuff like that. And the cayenne would go great on that atchafalaya and the shrimp creole.
So
and
see,
the
that's
gumbo.
what a trained chef would do. How did you know to do that? Just studying and just producing it.
Honestly, it just came natural.
Common sense. Yeah.
Just to see what it would taste like.
Working in the kitchen and working in a restaurant's a whole lot of common sense, and which at your age, there's a lot of people that have it, but not younger age. There's no, because they don't get out and do a lot.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of life experiences. They don't have a lot of common sense in those areas, so it makes it difficult for them.
My experience in a restaurant is about 2 months at On the Border.
Oh
serving.
boy, woo,
That was a long time ago.
that's a rough one.
Yep, I didn't make it.
Yeah, I bet you didn't.
So-
Oh my God.
And that's it. And then we jumped into this, and like I said, every day we're learning, and it's an experience, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
So, what was your favorite thing about the food truck championships?
Oh, the end of it when I got to sit down.
Well, you kind of walked off a little
I
bit.
thought you were going to say because y'all got the plaques, you got the money, and you got the win. So,
Right.
Yeah. No.
I think outside of that, there's a lot of cool people there that own
There
food
was.
trucks that we talked to,
Yeah.
and that we were just trying to figure out what we're doing with our life. Like,
yeah.
if you could do this, or you could do this, or what's your cook time on this? And one guy was like 30 seconds. I was like, there's no way in hell
Yeah.
we can touch that.
Yeah.
But it just the overall group of people that were there was really cool.
Yeah.
So,
Camaraderie from the food
yeah,
trucks.
and
Yeah.
then we've met a couple of them. There's a club that we follow, Fat Guy Club on Facebook.
Boy, Fat Guy Club.
Yeah,
I need to be in that. What is that
Absolutely.
called?
Fat Guy Club.
Fat Guy Club.
Fat Guy Club.
A lot of
Yep.
good food.
They you can't post anything if it doesn't have pictures of beer in it. So,
Oh,
but they go around. It's really cool because they go around and they support a lot of smaller businesses,
yeah.
restaurant style. But they'll take a picture of it and post it, and they promote it. And it's just a group of guys that love food and beer. And so, some of those guys that were at the championship,
Yeah.
they were in that club too, and we didn't know that until because the next day was a Fat Guy Club cook-off. So we went to that just to show up, and we saw 2 of the trailers there. So,
Dude, Fat Guy Club. That's just fun. That's awesome.
oh, it's great.
That's just awesome.
And they come out and they support us. And,
Being not politically correct. That's awesome.
it is great.
So hey, so what is your wife's favorite thing and worst thing about the film? What dude, was she scared when you did this deal?
I don't know, scared. She was just like, you need
Hesitant?
it. She wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
She said, I know you can do it. She was very supportive, and I don't know. I don't think she was scared at all.
Yeah.
I was scared,
Yeah.
because I didn't know. I mean,
Well,
I went from
If you're not scared, you shouldn't do it. That makes sense.
I went from having an income
Yeah.
to zero,
yeah.
and I was like, I'm about to put a bunch of money into this out of my pocket.
If it doesn't
know.
challenge you mentally, then and have what you're doing, then you shouldn't do it. I mean, that's good that it did that.
Yeah, I think her favorite thing about it is to see how much people enjoy it. And she says she likes to see how much I'm enjoying. She can see that I'm like sincerely happy now. So
Well,
that's
you've got to be a lot bit happier than being in the oil field. I
Yeah.
mean, no offense to
Right.
anybody in the oil field. That's not what I'm
Right.
saying.
No, but-
it's just some people really like what they do, and some people love what they do, and you obviously love it. It shows.
yeah, and that's all we've ever done out of high school was working oil field. So that's it. And then
And listen, no offense, we need the oil field guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Believe you,
I'm still supporting them, and I mean, we're more power to them. I hope they get through this. And
dude, I got to tell you something funny. I have a drink with. Have you seen my drink with Trey page?
Mm-mm.
I have a drink with Trey page, and it's Mimi's and custom craft drinks and whiskey and beer and stuff. But I do Mimi. I do like 4 to 5 Mimi's a day. This guy sent me this meme, dude. It was it's a picture of a pickup, big old jacked up truck, and it says, "My truck will not run on fairy dust and unicorn piss."
Yep.
I need
Yep,
and I laugh so, and that thing's already like 1,000. I mean, it's crazy.
Yep, it's funny, but
Yeah.
I think the thing she doesn't like is probably, I would say she doesn't like it, but I always have to be doing something to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's how it was in Oilfield. I was always working, and like this trailer,
Making it better.
I've got to do something to
Yeah.
it. So it takes a lot of my time, but I'm have the option of coming home every day
Because
now,
your passion. If you
yeah.
didn't like it and you were always trying to get away from it, it wouldn't take up all your time.
So, right. I wouldn't care, but
Yeah. You're the same way, I guess. Also, you are because you couldn't work together if you weren't.
right.
Yeah.
No, it worked.
That's
it works.
too small a space to get away from each other.
Yeah, right. Put a wall up right there. And
Yeah.
just toss stuff back and forth over. But no, it's
Does that thing when does that thing like go like this and all when y'all are in that thing together?
Is that a fat joke?
No.
No, we put 2 more jacks on the back to try to level it up a little
Okay.
bit. So, and we got wheel chocks that we put on it. We thought about that too, because if both of us are moving the same way,
Yeah.
it will move a little bit, and you're like,
Yeah. Whoa.
hey, we got to go opposite, you know.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God!
It moves
if
around a
you ever
little bit.
forgot that one, I could just, you talk about Katie bar the door. That'd
Oh,
be,
man.
I mean, not funny, but kind of funny.
yeah, I wouldn't be being in there. But
It wouldn't be. Especially not with grease and stuff in there.
yeah,
No,
that's
it
what I was
wouldn't-
saying.
Yeah.
That's how we know if we move too much. We'll look over and we're
Yeah.
like, all right, the grease is moving around. We got to chill.
Yeah.
You go first, and then I'll go.
I saw on one of these chef sites. I saw a guy was so mad. He had a big food truck, and one of his new employees he told him to clean the fryer, and the guy they pulled that plug on the fryer, and he put hot grease in the plastic bucket. Dude, it took him 9 hours, and 3 people to clean that thing up.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to, because we talk about that too. You know, we put ours in buckets before we dump them in the trap, and we let it cool way down, because
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's what we were talking about. I was like, man, could you imagine just one day just picking up and just the bottom falling out?
Yeah. So what's the worst thing that's happened to you that you could say on the food truck? What's the worst thing you say? I never want that to happen again. What could it be?
Oh, there hasn't been like a big thing, but like we've run out of propane before.
Oh, that's a big thing.
But we have a spare
We have
tank.
a backup,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
just in the middle
It's
of
like a
cooking.
little
We're like,
15-minute fix. But
Oh, it takes 15 minutes to swap it around.
well, we had to pull the other ones off, go get the other one. It was in our truck. Our truck wasn't close to it. So.
Hey, with two guys on at the helm, and you lose one.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
So we keep that one a lot closer now.
yeah,
But I don't think we've had anything
no, nothing drastic.
bad. I mean,
That's just so awesome, guys.
Yep.
It's just
So
so
far.
awesome. I'm just so glad you won. See, I thought when I gave the award out, I thought your wife was doing all the stuff because
don't give her,
I didn't.
you
I didn't
can't
meet
give her
you.
all that credit.
No, I
You
know.
can't give her all that credit.
But that's what I thought. I didn't know. I mean, because it was just I just saw the trailer and
Yeah.
and all the line of people there. So
No, it was cool. And then, it's funny you said that, because afterwards people were coming up trying to talk to her.
yeah,
And I was like, hey, man,
yeah.
back up.
Hey,
This
ease up, Joe.
yeah,
Ease up.
this is our moment right now. But
Yeah.
no, it was really awesome, to have both of our families there, and then her getting up there and then getting an award. It was, I think we both said it, like, it'd been cool to see, but I think it was better to see it afterwards,
Sure.
because we wasn't leaving that trailer regardless.
No.
We were hammering this food out as much as we could do. So
Yeah.
if y'all would have called us up there, probably still wouldn't have came up.
Slinging food and smiles, right?
That's what we were trying to do. So
So if somebody wants to find y'all right now, what's your page? Go Cajun?
go Cajun on
Will you
Facebook.
spell that, please, real quick for everybody?
Geaux
Yeah.
Cajun, Cajun.
See, you know how it's spelled? G-O, Cajun. That's how I spelled it.
It's funny. They're getting the go down, but like our Natchitoches meat pies, it's
Yeah.
hilarious to hear people try to say that.
Natchitoches?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we get Natchitoches and,
Churches.
and then our boudin. We smoke our boudin. So
Yeah.
there would be boudin, Bowden, and what's another one? The Ash flies.
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
it's
That's so
Atchafly.
But
funny.
a lot of people, because at the top of our trailer we have Louisiana style food.
Right.
Well, they think that's our name.
Oh.
So I was like, man, we got to take that off or something. But on the back of the trailer, 16 feet wide, it says "Go Cajun" on it. But
Well,
it's-
that does not say go. You cannot sound that word out any shape or form to have it say go in a normal circumstances.
no.
Right.
So my daughter's middle name is Joe.
Yeah.
It's Allie Joe, Jeaux. So it messes everybody up. But
Okay, so what do you have a website?
we don't.
You
We
don't?
just have a Facebook right
Just
now.
Facebook.
Yep. And apparently we need to get on Instagram. So
Yeah, that's simple. You need to what's your wife's name?
Sabrina,
Sabrina. Get them a gram. Get them on the gram.
she's probably about to text me with something. So
We're gonna put her in a hot seat here for a minute.
good. She needs to be.
Man, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in so much today.
Absolutely.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm glad y'all doing so well.
Thank you.
I'm super excited. I can't wait for next year for the deal. Now you're going to have to put on a big show next year.
Yeah, we've already talked about what we're going to do.
Okay.
So
I'm telling you 3 things.
that's definitely, for sure that. But
all right, everybody. I want y'all to be sure and go to that FortWorthPizzaFest.com. Go like all our social media. Drink like the Drink with Trey. We got a lot of great stuff on that. Trey's Coastal Chowdown. Trey's Chowdown. And, of course, I want you to go to that Pizza Fest because we're going to be there. We're going to be filming a TV segment this weekend. If you want to be on it, want to talk to us, just holler at us. We'll be happy to do that. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Guys, thank you again very much.
Thank you.
I'll see y'all soon in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
Chicken Shay, right?
Yes, sir.
And shout out to World Food Championships. See y'all next week. Hi, I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of TreysChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs, and sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live.